This video is going to teach you how to use some of the basic features in Landro. It's going to be more focused on the tagging. I'll have another video that teaches you how to look at the analysis center following it, but in this video I have already imported my videos or my counseling sessions into Landro. If you need to know how to do that, just please view that video teaching you how to import from your SD card. I'm going to go ahead and apologize. This video is rather lengthy because of all that it entails, but we're going to start by double clicking on my lockbox, entering in our password. You're just going to close that folder because you don't need it. Then just double click on Landro and run the program. You'll notice that I've put two videos in here. One was a video that I did with Ed last year that has all my plays in it, and the other one is a new, like a video I did last year with Dino, but this one has no plays. I'm going to show you how to tag in this video. Okay, so to tag, all you're going to do is highlight the video by clicking on it. It'll turn yellow. You right click and then go to tagging. If when you go into this menu you see your video is completely overlapping your tagging fields over here on the left hand side, what you can do is take the cursor and take the cursor at the edge of the video, the left edge of the video, and then move to the right, somewhere between the left corner and then the star button here. The cursor will change to a black arrow pointing left and right. If you'll left click and hold, you can move the video screen wherever you want, so where you have enough room for your tagging boxes on the left hand side and then to view your video on the right hand side. Okay, so that's probably appropriate. I'm gonna go ahead and allow the program to play. I'm just going over the buttons here. This first button begins the play, and I'll show you what that's for in just a minute. Second button ends the play. This button allows you to play the video. The next one allows you to pause. These two buttons here, the previous play and next play, they allow you to jump between the two, the multiple plays that you have. This one, you just click replay and it'll keep playing the same section over and over again. That's more associated with the actual play bubbles, and we'll go over that in just a minute. And then this one basically does a little jump. It's a second jump forward and a second jump backwards. It's not really meant for fast forwarding or anything along those lines. There's honestly no reason for it, but those are the two in there. And then over on the other side, like further over, you'll see the sound options, and you can just play with that if you can't hear your videos. Okay, so to start off, there's two ways you can begin a play, and I'll show you the first one and then I'll go back and show you the next one, or the second one. But I'm going to start by pausing my video, and then I'm going to click on begin play. Now while this play, like say I already know what I want to label the play and this is where I wanted to start it, I'm going to go in and just go ahead and put labels in. You can put whatever name you feel is appropriate for this. Like you can actually put the type of tagging you want to use, but that's kind of, there's no good reason for that. Or you can actually type out, this is what was kind of reviewed in this play. Like say I'm saying hello to Dino. I'm just going to put that as what's going on here. And then down here I have these other options. I can put in keywords. It's generally a one-word thing. Completely up to you if you want to use them. We don't really use type and tags yet, but you can just click on the little drop-down menu here and look at those if need be. For the rest of these tags, basic skills more or less covers interpersonal skills and applied lab. You can go in and you just click the drop down menu. You can select one or many of these tags, and say if you don't want to select number 3, you can just click it again and it will unselect it, or say you don't want any of these tags, you can just click none and it'll remove all of them. Completely up to you. Once you're done, you can either just click the little drop down again or click done. The intermediate skills are for applied lab, practicum, and internship. They generally apply to those students, and then advanced skills are generally students in practicum and applied lab. They all work the same, they're just drop down menus, and they're just different skills that you should be using when you're in those different classes. So for this, I'm just going to go with basic skills and click on opening. And then I am going to say that I did a 4 on my opening. I thought I connected really well with Dino and it was really appropriate and great. I can go ahead and label that. Now when my supervisor comes back through, they can look at the video and they're like, well, Sean, I don't really think you did a 4. I think it was more like a 2. So they can go back through and basically use that to critique me on that, and I would know that, you know, maybe I've got a little bit more room to improve on this skill. Okay, so I've more or less labeled this. I can go in here then for the play position, and I can edit the video. I can tell it that I don't think I really wanted it to begin at 16:05. Say I wanted it to begin at 1 minute. I have 2 options on how I want to change that. I can use these cursors, or these arrows here on the side, which move it back by milliseconds, or I can just go in and highlight what I want and change it to 1 minute. That helps you if you're labeling plays, so where you don't have to just completely delete the play bubble and start over. You can actually go in and specify and be very specific on when you started the play and when you ended the play and what you wanted it to include. Okay, so I haven't ended my play yet, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is let it run for a little while. Oh, you'll notice that I hit play and it didn't do anything. It went back to this highlighted box. Generally, when you're messing with any of these fields over here, if the box is yellow, you're not going to be able to move forward until you hit the enter key or until you click done. So I'm going to hit the enter key and it'll continue going on. You'll notice while the play is moving, or while the video is playing, this bubble here is getting larger. That's just what we call our play bubble. It's basically the segment that you're wanting the supervisor or the teacher to review, or for you to review. It includes all these different skills and all these different tags that you're going to label. They all fall under what we're calling a play. Okay, so say I want to end the play, I can pause and then click end play, and it will move on. From this point, I can go ahead and hit play and do whatever I want to make a new play. Say, okay, well, I thought about it for a second, I want to change one more thing about the play. I can either click pause and go back to the play bubble, or I can just click on the play bubble and it will go back to the play. Once you're actually editing or changing things within the play, it should just completely recycle. Like once you have a set beginning and end, it should recycle on the play and replay it for you until you either pause it or move on. Okay, so this play is done. I'm just going to move on. If you want to fast forward through the video, you can you see this little play button here that's moving along very slowly. You can left click on it and basically grab it, like left click and hold down and move to the right, and it'll jump way into the movie. When you're moving it, you can move it slowly. As you see the numbers go up, that's the actual time frame. It's moving it to, say, 15 minutes 5 seconds. You can jump through the video like that if you want. Completely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and enter in. Oh, I'm going to show you the second way you can actually do a play. Say you want to do a play like you just realized that you started, you don't need to pause or anything, you just want to go ahead and click begin play. You can just click that and it can be going through and labeling the bubble, and this is where Dino is thinking about the issue he wants to talk about in session. This name field, by the way, can be an extreme number of characters. I don't really know what it's limited to at this point, but you can just continue typing and typing, labeling whatever you want it to be. I'm just going to go ahead and go in here and what would be appropriate? We'll just say that I'm talking about a processing comment here. And I'm just going to label it as a 2, and my supervisor goes back and gives me a 5 on it. Okay, so this play's done. I finished. The bubble's still moving. The time, like the segment of time within the bubble, is still going on. So I'm going to go ahead and hit end play, because say I've stopped talking, or I mean he stopped thinking about what he wants to talk about in session. So I've just created that bubble, and I'm happy with it. I don't want to edit it. I'm going to make a couple of other ones here. Just to show you something a little bit later. And you won't actually be able to enter in anything into the catalog field here until you actually begin a play. Okay, so I've got my plays labeled at this point. This is kind of hard to explain, but your plays are labeled sequentially, so if you go in the first 15 seconds and label a play as opening, and then don't label, say, another play or play 2 until 30 minutes into the video, you're just going to have, say, play 1 and play 2. The 30-minute play is going to be labeled play 2. But say you go back and review your video and you want to put in a play between the first 10 seconds of the video and the 30 seconds, you can go in and add in a third play, but that third play, say at a 15-minute marker, will be labeled your second play because it redistributes the plays sequentially. So the 15-second will be play 1, or I mean the 10-second will be play 1, the 15-minute will be play 2, and then the 30-minute will now be labeled play 3. It keeps the plays in order as they go through, as you sequentially order the plays. And I know that's kind of complicated to understand, but if you play with it a little bit, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so at this point I've finished all the plays that I want to do in the video. I'm just going to click on the home button here and go back. I'll go over the analysis center in another video, but I do want to go back and show, say, the interns or